Hey, hello everyone. What's going on? It is Thursday here, so I'm going to do another solo episode of the podcast. I've kind of got two things going on. So I'm recording in this computer, and then if I look off to the right, you'll see me. I'm looking into my Facebook Live feed that's going on right now. So anyway, wherever you're watching this, I appreciate you tuning in. I am Wes Tankersley, and this is the Shaping Success podcast. Before we get started, I kind of want to talk about something to kind of prime you to think about what I'm going to talk about today. One of my favorite authors as of right now is John Wooden. I read one of his books, and it's a pretty quick read, but it's just little paragraphs about every single thing of how he has found observations in his life and things like that. I wish I would have wrote down the name of the book, but I haven't. You can check it out. It's one of his really good books. John Wooden is a former coach for UCLA basketball. So that quote is, "Success is peace of mind in which is a direct result of self-satisfaction and knowing that you made the effort that you are best of capable of becoming." Let me say that again. Success is peace of mind in which is a direct result of self-satisfaction and knowing you made the effort, the best effort that you are capable of becoming. So think about that. Think about how you do things. And so I want to challenge you to think about what you deem success, because we talk about success a lot on the show because it's called Shaping Success, right? One of the things that we always talk about is, what is the shape of your success? How do you create success? How do you make that for yourself? And it doesn't matter what that is. It may be, for some people, like we talk about, it's fancy cars, jewelry, the big life, lots of money, things like that. And then for some people, it's just being happy and knowing what they're doing. And the great thing is that it's okay. Whatever it is for you, you're able to create that success on your own. So thinking about that, okay? So one of the things I want to talk about is we do the live show every Saturday at 1 Mountain Standard Time. It comes on Facebook Live. It comes on a couple different places. And just check it out if you haven't yet. Those are the shows that I have guests on. I've had great guests on there. I've had some really good ones. Last week was Dave Conry. He's an artist. I've had a couple other people as well that are motivational people, and we're just trying to find success and what they think it is, and how, or not what they think it is, what it is for them, because that's really what it matters. Figuring out what success is for yourself. So think about that. What it is and how you're going to find it. So this week's guest, we've had a couple. I don't know if you remember the episode. If you've listened, if you just started watching, you should go back and check out the Boone Bartlett episode. So Boone was a high school football player in a town near me in Cuna that got injured when he was 16, and he basically broke his spine and is in a wheelchair, but he's making these big giant leaps and bounds, and talking about how I said, how did you figure out what that mindset was that was going to make you continue to move on? Because he's making leaps and bounds. He's done way more than anyone has ever thought that he would do. And, he's standing on his own now. He's learning to walk again. And those are things that people said, oh, you'll never walk. You'll never do anything again. And so it was interesting how that all played out. But he talked about his mind being a negative thing for a while, where it really, really held him back at first. And then he finally just kind of did everything he could. So he started this I'll try movement, which is I'll try no matter what, no matter what, I'll try. And so he started doing that. Well, I'm talking about Boone, which I said is a great episode, but we have another guy here too on Saturday. His name is Tyler Hyde, and he has gone through the same type of situation. Tyler was a pitcher in college for BYU. He pitched in college baseball. And so Tyler developed some health problems towards the tail end of his college career, and ended up getting diagnosed with MS. And progressively, MS just is taking him down a little bit here and there. And so now he's wheelchair bound, but he got through college. He was starting to use a cane, and now he's in a wheelchair. He's lost the use of one side of his body. But the thing is that, listen to what this guy's done, okay? So Tyler pitched in college. He was able-bodied. Everything was fine. He graduated from college with a degree in education. He taught for 8 years, all while going through MS. He coached baseball. He was a head coach at the high school that he taught at. And then as he was going through that, it progressively got worse. He lost the use of his arm. He started having to walk with a cane. He started to have all these things. But guess what he did? He became a lawyer. So as soon as he got done with those 8 years of teaching, he went in and he became a lawyer. And one of the things that I love about the fact of that is that there was so much adversity there. And no matter what you think, no matter what you're working through, as long as you're willing to put in the work, and it's something that you want, something that's your success, a goal that you've created, you can attain any of it. And he's successful. He's got 4 kids. He's still in a wheelchair, but he is a successful lawyer now. And so there's so many people like that have all this, they're able-bodied and they have a great mind and they have all these things and they just think that they're not good enough. And that's what I want you to understand, is that no matter what you do, you should never give up. Just like that quote in the beginning, you should be willing to work as hard as you can to be the best you that you're capable of being. So think about that. No matter what that is, whatever it is, give everything you've got, and that's success, right? That's one of the things that is successful. But you're also going to fail along the way, right? We talked about in the last podcast, failure. Failure is a tough one to get through, but if you look at failure as a red light, are you doing the best you can, the best that you're capable of doing? So those are a couple things I want you to think about today. I think that there's a lot of great things going on in this world that we can work through if we're willing to put in the work. But that's really what it boils down to. We have to put in the work. So if you haven't checked out the podcast, check it out. We're on I think we're going to have one more, will be episode 20. So I'm pushing pretty hard on the episodes. We're having one a week. This week, like I said, is Tyler Hyde. Check it out. If you want to support the podcast, I've created a Patreon account. You can find it all in the show notes. Also, my sponsor, Aggressive, who does the live show, I want to just say thanks to them. If you guys need any help with marketing, if you would like to do a live show, anything like that, check that out. Go to that link. You can text West 2020. It's in all the show links. I'll put that in there too to them, and they will help you set that up. They do it for a fee. They actually sponsor me, which is great, but they're looking for people all the time. They also help set up newsletters like mine. I have a newsletter. If you want to check that out too, just click on that. I'll send out a newsletter once a week. You just got to put in your name and email address. So help support the show. Like I said, check out my Patreon account. I appreciate all you viewers. If you found that you had value in anything that I've ever done, please give it a 5-star review and share the podcast. I appreciate all your help. You guys have a great day.